So the best players in the world at impact would have a pelvis position or a hip location that would be forward towards target and rotated between 35 and 50 degrees. The torso, that would be about 20 degrees open. The shoulders would appear pretty square as you look at them because of the forearms and the arms, how they sit in the rib cage and get into the golf ball. So it's very much a very open, twisted position. And a lot of people would think that they need a huge amount of flexibility to be able to get there. And you might need some for sure, but we can obviously help by flaring the lead foot and presetting our hips if we need to. The reality is this video is all about really you getting into the places before impact that allow you to get into that impact position consistently. Let's share with you my 3 best drills for doing this. So drill number 1 is very much about getting the thorax or the chest to open up through impact. And the best way of feeling this is basically to take your lead hand on the golf club and take your trail hand and fan it and place it just below the lead hand like this. You'll see here. And what that does is basically make you open up that chest through the ball like this. And opening up the chest opens up the lower half. As a point of reference, we get rotation kind of for free by moving laterally and moving more downward. So if I move down and laterally and then rotate for free to get to the golf ball. So that comes again as a precursor to how we can open up through the golf ball. So moving more laterally and down, if we get any object, if I push it laterally and down, you'll see how it starts to rotate to the left without me trying to rotate to the left. So that will happen in your golf swing also. So getting back to this drill, this kind of hand drill, the best way to feel this is getting down to this halfway, this delivery position here, and then feeling, how do I get to the golf ball? How do I turn to the golf ball? I would do a lot of practice swings doing it for sure. And then I would definitely try and hit some balls where you feel you get to the same position. And then from there, how do I chip a little shot away down the fairway? And that felt to me as if I had to just move my body so much in order to make contact in the golf ball. And that's what we're trying to do. This drill is very much about you gaining awareness and feels of what your body should be doing in that bottom part of the swing. Obviously, if we can move the club in the correct plane and down, and with the lateral movement, as we've already talked about, we will start to get some of this without trying to encourage it. It'll just happen. Drill number 2, and it's all about the club face. If the club face in that delivery position is in what I would class as a strong position, so more closed or even super closed, the only way then we can hit the golf ball straight is by rotating and holding the club off to get the ball to go in the straight direction. If the club face is open, we have to then stall our body and flick our hands to square that club face up. And that becomes quite instinctive. We find a way to make the ball go straight. We are very clever. Our brain is our own GPS and it works that way. So in order to get our brain to let our body open up through the ball, the more the club face is closed and the more we almost see the ball going left and think, okay, how do I stop that? Obviously by opening up the body, the torso and the hips will do that trick. So what I'd suggest you do, top of your swing, work it down to this delivery position, club head just inside the hands, strengthen that face as much as you can, and then from that position we're going to try and hit the golf ball as straight as we can, or even to the right. That one, pretty straight. It had a tiny bit of fade to it. But that was really, really solid and it felt really dynamic through the ball. I'm stopping, it's not a real swing. But again, the more we do these things, the better. I even saw a clip yesterday of Tiger Woods talking about when he used to do a pause drill. He hated it and it took him a year to feel comfortable doing it. This is essentially a pause drill. So the best golfers in the world are doing these things in order to get their body and their swing and their path and the club face to do the automatic things through impact that they want to happen. So why shouldn't we? But at the same time, we want to do it little and often so it's not a chore and it'll help our body move better through the ball. Drill number 3. This is one I pinched off another guy that I saw online, a guy called Jay Kelly. This is what he calls, or we would describe as like a window wiper drill. And it's great to get you to feel the body opening up and also the hands orientating more left around the body, which is something you should do as long as the plane is correct. So how this one works is you would swing, again, back, down to that delivery position, take your right hand off the club, and then swing through your left hand only. And because your left hand has the freedom, it tends to work more in a deeper position here. And because it works in a deeper position, the left shoulder and the rib cage and the torso all opens up more through that hitting zone. Again, this is a difficult one to hit shots with, but certainly a great one to do some practice swings with, just to feel how open your body will feel through that contact zone. So let's try and have a go. So again, top of the swing, delivery position, right hand off. That one for me is probably the most difficult of the three, but they all give me a great sensation opening up. What I would do then is if there's one that particularly worked for me or resonated with me, that might become my practice swing on the golf course, and then go and hit a golf ball normal, but try and feel like, yeah, let's just open up. Let's be committed to getting through the ball.